Well, I did it. Read through Knight of Knives. Here are my final thoughts on that. I did like it. But there were some things that I thought, it wasn't fantastic. But I did like some of the extra info that I got. Now, having read it now, all the way through, for the first half, I thought, yeah, this would be a great entry to start Malazan and start the journey. And I still think if you were really committed to the whole journey, better would be to do Gardens of the Moon. But I think this would be an okay entry. But by the end of it, by the end of this book, this chapter 6, or no, chapter 5, that was the big one. I think my understanding, my foundation of what I had read in the first 5 books of Book of the Fallen really was the thing that helped me kind of enjoy that last bit. The stuff with Kellanved and Surly and holy smokes, Temper versus a Jacket. Some things with Tayshrin being there. I am glad that I didn't get this view of Tayshrin first. I'm glad that I got the view of what I thought Tayshrin was from Gardens of the Moon first. Now, I'm going to go into, obviously, some spoilers, but if you're watching this, I'm willing to bet you're kind of where I am at, having read the first 5 books of Book of the Fallen. So I'm going to speak freely on stuff up to that point, and obviously having read this. But I'm glad that I got that switch of how I viewed Tayshrin in Memories of Ice. That's where that happened, right? So that's the big one for me. I know there are other things like the whole Kellanved and Cotillion. No, Kellanved and with Shadow. And yes, that probably would be the biggest thing. But I really, really liked Tayshrin in this one. This is where I had my ideas flipped with Tayshrin in Memories of Ice, but this is the one where I got to see some of who he is, and I was so glad to get that. If anything is going to stick with me from this book, it might be that first real introduction to Tayshrin, and looking forward to more of him. Now, this thing with Temper, I also really, really am looking forward to Temper. And I am glad that I at least got that introduction to him, because it sounds like his story is not done. I haven't opened Bone Hunters yet, but I'm hoping that I will see Temper there. I'm hoping he's one of these people that I hope that he's the reason why we read read this after Midnight Tides. Kiska, I also think she's awesome. She's fun. But with Temper, now he's like this guardian of Deadhouse, which I'm not exactly sure what to make of that. Although that is interesting, and that whole situation was wild. Temper as this kind of this guy sworn to protect Dasim Ultur or whatever. Ultur, another one of these U names. And he is definitely alive, this Dasim guy. We already figured maybe that was happening. At least I figured that. I don't know if it was explicitly stated that maybe he was still alive anywhere else, but I thought he's got to be maybe alive if we haven't seen his body and stuff like that. They can't just kill off this first sword, who is awesome. So really excited to see, hopefully, Temper still go and find Dassam and get maybe reunited with them. I like this idea of people kind of sworn to helping out, like Onrak swearing himself to Troll, and I'm getting chills, hoping that that's where we're gonna get more of that in Bone Hunters. It'll just kill me if I have to go a whole book without getting back to Troll and Onrak. That will be rough if I have to wait till Reaper's Gale, because I want that right now. What else? We get more kind of emphasis on how time doesn't pass in this ice, this Omtos Falak, or this, I must have read that right. Maybe not. Also that the Jagged were the ones who gave protection to the humans from the Kachane Shamal, or to everyone there, by introducing this fire, which I think is the Tyr Warren or something like that. I might be getting that right, but really excited. I'm glad that I did read this. I still maybe would say right where I read it was the perfect spot, right after Midnight Tides, even though I still think you could read it at the start. I think the first half of it would have been just fine for somebody, but later on after that, it might have been so confusing in some ways that it might have lost some people, but I don't know. I wonder if anyone has done that who's watching this. If you've done that, let me know if this was your first one. But again, I think I read it in the perfect spot. And I'm looking forward to whatever's next in this. I found it interesting that in the epilogue, we have one of these scaled kind of riders in the water. And he's going, why are you guys attacking us? But it seemed like they were the aggressors, these riders. So looking forward to seeing where that kind of develops. And, man, super cool. There was this one, let me just find it here. There was one comment that really resonated with me from E&C Esselmont, or Esselmont, not with an N, right? Yeah. And oh, here we go. And I thought this was awesome. I understood it. This was I understood it deep in my core, what he was trying to say, and I wonder if others get the same feeling from this as I did. You know that Tayshrin and this Hattar guy, Hattar and Kiska kind of would butt heads. He didn't respect her very much. And then, I just think it's funny. Anyway, there is, I can't remember even the context of it. It was at the very end here. But he sees Kiska show up, and it says that he gave a slow shake of his head as he recognized her. Hattar scowled as if a cat he'd tossed into a river had just reappeared. Now, if I was to toss a cat into a river, I would hope that it would not surface again. If I cast a bunch of cats, I would hope that they would all just drown. Like Hattor, or Hattar, I guess. Like, it was just... That's a funny kind of statement to put in here. Because it was almost like he was putting it in like it's just a given. Scowled as if something that you wished was dead had reappeared. Like everyone just tosses cats into rivers. You know, we scowling like this thing that we all. Anyway, I just thought that was a weird comment to add into this, but I laughed to myself and thought, I understand Hattar and exactly what is coming across there, but there wasn't a thing leading to that, and they probably could have used anything like a wound that won't stop festering. But I'm glad that they used the term that he used here. Sounds like he's a dog person like me. And now I will do another video here. I'm going to break open Bone Hunters and see the maps. I'm going to briefly look through some of the Dramatis Personae, maybe some predictions after reading that, some things I'm hoping for, and then we are rolling. We're rolling. And I will go through the prologue tonight, as long as it's not like a 180-page prologue, which you never know with these things. So I'll talk to you later.